Hey everyone, I'm Deepak, founder of pmcurve.com and author of the book Tech Simplified for PMs and Entrepreneurs. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit around the advanced growth program that we have at pmcurve for PMs and founders. Now, the first question that anybody who is going to look at such program is going to ask is, who is it for? Like, what personas do you have in mind? So we have built this program primarily for PMs, founders, and product leaders. I think it helps early PMs grow faster in their career. That has been our experience, at least for the 250 odd PMs who have taken this course. The second thing is for seasoned PMs, it has helped them move to leadership roles, which is by either creating impact in their current role or moving to like senior product roles elsewhere, right? And the third thing is, as I mentioned earlier, like it helps you crack senior product roles, or it can also help in cracking FANG interviews at senior levels, right? Now, for founders or product leaders, what we have found is if you're struggling to create an impact on the North Star of the company, which is like active users, customers, revenue, this program is right for you because it helps you with the frameworks that you can apply to impact the North Star of the company. The second thing is if you're struggling with product market fit for a new product or feature, so pre-PMF to PMF, how to gauge strength of PMF, all these are parts of this program, which will help you understand the PMF of your product and work towards making it stronger in the future, right? And the third thing is if you're aiming to move metrics that matter, which is like activation, retention, revenue. So most PMs have this one or two metrics that they have to manage with their pods, which is like some are responsible for onboarding, some are responsible for retention, some are responsible for monetization, right? So if you're aiming to move metrics that matter, this is like the right program for you. We call this advanced growth program because there are a lot of growth programs out there, and most of them are like generic. So which is why, like, because this goes into way much deeper as compared to those programs, we have named it advanced growth program. But rest assured, like it is for like early PMs, seasoned PMs, founders and product leaders, and it helps them in its own unique way, based on the journey that they are in. Now, in this video, I'm going to cover like a few more things. One is the background of creators of the program, which is very important because you should know who has vetted and created the content. The second is the learning experience, which is pretty unique for this program. The third is what all would you learn? Like in terms of, we have already covered what problems it will help you with, but what else are you going to learn in this program? We cover that. The fourth one is proof of work, like testimonials and other things. And the fifth one is pricing and offers, right? So let's move on with the background of creators of the program. Now, I'm the first creator. I think many of you already know me, but for those who don't, like I've been part of product leadership teams at Flipkart, Upgrad, Unacademy. So you see a recurring theme of building edtech products in my career. pmcurve is another edtech initiative. But beyond that, I've also worked with like some big scale companies like Flipkart, MX Player. And I've also worked with like some very nascent startups such as housing.com and Upgrad, right? So all in all, my experience is pretty well balanced when it comes to building 0 to 1 product, 1 to 10 or 10 to 1,000 products. And that's why like this playground reflects that experience that I have by covering pre-PMF to PMF, PMF to scale, and so on and so forth. The second creator is Priya. She is my partner, and she just got this award of Alumni Women Leaders in IIT Kharagpur. So we both are from IIT Kharagpur, as you can see. She has been a part of Topper product team, and she is currently part of product leadership at Geo7 as director of products. Right? Priya has also managed data products, growth products, and community products in her career. So this is the creator's profile. We have created this program for the PM community so that PM community can actually benefit from it and learn much faster what we took years to learn. So let's go to learning experience. Now, learning experience is possibly the most important part I'm going to cover in this video. And the reason is because we have created a very customized learning experience, which you cannot see in any other platforms. Like you either see video first platforms or you see cohort-based courses where you take live courses. What we took was a product first approach to think that what would it take to make people learn growth when it comes to like PMs and founders. And which is why you see a very unique approach. We built a different platform called Playground. We are calling it Playground, where you can go and you can learn bite-sized content. Like this is a chapter, strength of product market fit. You learn like the strength of product market fit is, you learn like retention curves. You learn through some of the case studies, like in this case, WhatsApp and Telegram retention curves. And then you go to solve an exercise, right? Now, this is the interesting part because rather than going in a long video or in a live session or in a book, here you're just learning a little bit and then you're applying to it by solving objective problems, numerical problems, so that the concepts actually stick in your head and you can actually know how to apply them and where to apply them. So let's submit. I have taken a guess and it's correct. Now let's move on to the next one, which is, okay, I have to read this again. I click continue. And then I again try to solve this problem, right? And this time it's not correct. So you get very quick feedback on what you're learning. This is a very active form of learning as compared to like a lot of passive learning that happens in professional education through videos, through live sessions, through books, etc. So very active form of learning, very assessment first learning. And the best part is we have a central case which you have to solve end to end, right? So this is the growth problem statement that spans across the playground is you are considering to join Natura, which is an organic beauty marketplace, as VP of product. Now Natura is stagnant for last 6 months in terms of customer growth. So you as VP of product have to evaluate whether Natura can grow or not grow. And if it grows, if it can grow, can you create a roadmap, strategy, initiatives, and projections, growth projections to actually sort of give the investor confidence that Natura can grow, right? So all in all, like you will be operating at a VP of product level. You will see how to create roadmaps. You'll see how to look at data because we have created a real database for Natura, just like it happens in real jobs. And then you will know how to create roadmaps, initiatives, etc. by using all the learnings in this course. Now, the most interesting part, like I said, is this database. So you go to query.pmcurve.com. You try to write SQL queries to access this data. As you can see, like if I just look at how much data we have and I go to, let's say, transactions, this has like 300k transactions, and then there are signups, ratings, product info, marketing spend, and all that, right? So pretty interesting setup in which you learn, and pretty close to real life product management or growth product management that you can learn. So this is a learning experience. It has some 600 objective problems. It has 100 plus hours of interactive content. It has video library with lectures. So I have already taught like 3 cohorts around growth. So the video lectures from those cohorts are actually edited to take out the Q&A and normal interaction part. And wherever we explain the concepts and everything, like those are preserved for you to access it anytime, anywhere and learn from it. So all these video lectures, as you'll see, are tagged with modules. So for example, if you're going through module number 2, which is holistic view of the product, you actually have a recorded lecture next to it. So you can go to recorded lecture, you can read it and then come back and just go through content quickly and solve the questions, right? The next thing is, like I've already covered the database, research summary, and more to do real life PMing with Natura that we have picked for this. There is a Slack community for doubts resolution because I know that while learning you'll have a lot of doubts. And then finally, there are interview questions getting added to this playground with sample answers that you can go through to crack your product execution and product growth rounds. Now, when you're thinking about product execution and product growth rounds, the questions can span somewhere around like how do you price a product, how do you launch a product, how do you create a GTM strategy that can bring 100k customers in first 3 months, etc., right? So these questions have become very, very common in recent era because now companies want PMs who can actually take products from conception to launch to growth, right? And which is why it's going to be very, very useful if you're looking for senior roles or if you're looking to grow faster in your career. The playground, we also have live case sessions every month. And the good thing about these regular live case sessions is they actually help you gain domain expertise. For example, we did this PhonePe case study where we sat for 2 to 3 hours and we covered various things around like the demonetization, the impact it has on wallets, the UPI, then like how did PhonePe grew in its initial years, what did it use, what were the growth channels and all. And then what is the current position of let's say PhonePe in the market as compared to other players like Paytm and all. So we also dissected Paytm on why Paytm is ahead when it comes to revenue. What are the revenue streams? Why is PhonePe not going there? Etc. etc. So all in all, you see a very, very detailed case study that will give you a very good sense of any other domain. And in fact, like one of the best thing I heard after this case study is it actually helped one of the junior PMs actually crack a role in a insurance tech company, right? Because that person was able to use the domain knowledge in their interviews, right? So fintech, insurtech and all that, like because we discussed these things in this case, it was actually useful in one of the interviews. But my sense is beyond interviews, it's very, very useful in understanding like how these case studies are happening across the country so that you can borrow some good insights from them and apply it in your own product. So that's basically live case sessions. And the last thing is community events. So I do believe that there is a huge power in community, especially the communities where you have people from the same background, people with the same aspirations coming together. So for example, we have 250 plus PMs in our community. And we are conducting exclusive community events once every 6 months in Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi. Now, when you go and meet these PMs in offline spaces, you actually tend to make a lot of connections. And anytime like you need some help around a problem you're struggling with, anytime you need a help with a referral, you can always use this community at your disposal, right? So that's the learning experience. It helps you connect with other PMs. It helps you like learn growth at an advanced level. It helps you practice growth. It helps you apply growth in a case study like Natura. If you have any doubts, you can always post on Slack. And finally, you can also prepare for interviews and crack senior PM interviews if you want, right? Now, in terms of learning, because we have already covered that, I think broad, I'm going to quickly tell you what you will learn. So the first thing you learn is how to move a pre-PMF product to PMF. The second thing is how do you evaluate necessary and sufficient conditions of growth? So in India, a lot of companies have gone from pre-PMF stage to growth by investing a lot of money in marketing. But what has happened is because they didn't solve for PMF first, these companies ended up acquiring a lot of users and then losing them anyway. So how do you evaluate the necessary and sufficient conditions of growth so that you move your product first from pre-PMF to PMF and then you invest in growth, right? That's something that you'll learn. The third is how do you create product first acquisition channels? So right now, most of the products have to spend marketing dollars to acquire new users. But if you look at Silicon Valley, a lot of companies have gone product first acquisition route. And these companies such as HubSpot or Slack, or Zoom for that example, they have been immensely successful in doing so. So how do you start thinking about product first acquisition channel, thereby increasing a new inflow? This is very, very useful for a growth PM, but also very, very useful for founders who are building different products and launching new initiatives every couple of months. The next is how do you improve retention? Now that you have launched the product, you have acquired some customers. How do you improve the retention through onboarding, activation, habit building, engagement, and churn? Now this is the most important part, because if you can crack retention, which is the hardest problems in growth, you can actually move your product from place A to place B, and which is why I spend 50% of the content on just retention, on these things like onboarding, activation, habit building, engagement, and churn. The next is how do you define and launch GTM plan for new products, including research, positioning, and monetization. Now this is fairly clear. And finally, how do you create product strategy and roadmap for growth for your product or for the feature that you're managing. So this is what the advanced growth for PMs cover for you. Right now, the proof of work is 250 plus PMs and founders who have taken this in last 12 months. And there is a wall of love that you can go to pmcurve.com. You can go to testimonials and see what people have to say about this program. You can also check their profiles. All of them are PMs or founders in their current roles. The last thing is pricing and offers. Now the pricing and offers, I think the first thing I want to talk about is how is this program positioned as compared to other programs, right? So if you look at the price axis, there is Reforge, Go Practice, which are priced at somewhere thousands of dollars. Then there is GrowthX, and then there is pmcurve. So pmcurve is the most affordable among all the growth programs that you'll see out there. The second is whether it's generic growth, because what Go Practice and GrowthX do is, and some of the other platforms that teach growth do is, they cover generic growth for everyone. So if you want to learn growth as a marketer, you can take the program. Even as some PMs tend to do it. As a founder, you can also take that program. As an analyst, you can do it, and so on and so forth. So it's generic sort of growth for everyone. But what Reforge does, for example, is advanced growth for PMs or founders. And pmcurve also is doing the same, which is this is advanced growth program for PMs and founders. So this is a very focused program. The topics and syllabus and everything is catered towards real life PMing or real life product development or real life product growth. So it's quite affordable, and it's also advanced course. So that's about pricing. You can go to website and you can check the pricing. Other info that I want to share at this point is there is a refund policy, because the decision making when it comes to taking such programs is quite complex, and sometimes you have to experience in order to actually feel that you have taken a good decision. So that is why we have created a 7-day refund policy to ease out decision making. And the second is we have created a referrals program to help you make it even more affordable. Now there is an incentive for us to create this referral program, because we believe that if people have experienced a good product and they're referring it to somebody else, that's always a good way to grow a product. But second is it also helps us decide on are people referring our program to others or not, right? It also gives a signal on how good the program is. And usually all the 250 members that you see that have come to this program, they have come organically. We have not spent any single dollar on marketing. So it has all been word of mouth, referrals, and the posts I keep putting on LinkedIn, right? So that would be all. I think this is a terrific course if you ask me. I wish I had it when I started my PM career, but here it is for you, and I hope I'll see you in the community. Thank you very much. In this video,